Hi loves, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, thanks for tuning in. My name is Tyla and today is Talk with Tyy Tuesday, where basically every Tuesday I pick a specific topic, I go in depth about it. Sometimes I'll ask you guys questions and things like that. So today's topic is going to be on how to heal childhood trauma. So I do want to give a little trigger warning because depending on the type of childhood that you may have had, this subject and this video may be a little triggering and may be a little sensitive to you, and that is perfectly okay. But I also do want to mention how important it is to heal childhood trauma and to go back within your childhood to kind of figure out certain things that you've been through, certain traumas that you may have, because all of that really plays a part of who we are today in our adulthood, how we handle things, how we are in connections, and how we cope with things, and just different things like that. So it is very important. It may be a little sensitive, but I'm going to be walking you guys through it. I'm going to be talking about, the importance of it, how you can do it, all of that stuff. We're going to really go in depth. I'm also going to be giving you guys some journal prompts to help you guys. And yeah, I basically have been doing childhood healing for a little while now, and it's really helped me to see a lot about myself. It's helped me to heal and helped me to really become a better version of myself. So I just want to help you guys out because this stuff has been working for me. So let's get right into it. I just want to give you guys the textbook definition of childhood trauma so that you can better understand. So childhood trauma is the experience of an event by a child that is emotionally painful or distressful, which often results in lasting mental and physical effects. That's basically all trauma, but that's what trauma is. It's just childhood trauma basically happens in your early stages, in your childhood. And this is, in my opinion, very important. It's one of the most important traumas that I feel it is to heal, because the things that you go through when you're younger really result in who you are as a person today. The beliefs that you've had, the patterns that you've had, just all things that really kind of don't really serve you anymore, because you have to understand, like, when you're a child, you're new to the world. You don't have opinions, you don't have beliefs. All of that is given to you through school, through life, through your parents, mostly because your parents are who raise you and make you into who you are. So depending on the type of parents that you may have had, you may have unhealthy beliefs, you may have unhealthy coping mechanisms, you may have unhealthy thoughts and things like that. So that's why it's really important to go back into your childhood to kind of dig and figure out what it is that may be affecting you still in your adulthood. So now that that's out of the way, let's get into how we can fix this. So I like to do journaling prompts because they really ask you the questions that you really kind of need to hear. It's basically like going to a therapist, but we all know, for one, therapy is expensive. I'm gonna get back into therapy soon. So yeah, if you really do need the extra help, get the extra help, like seriously, because certain things that you go through can really affect you mentally to the point where it will mess up how you think, how you see life, and your perception. Yeah, sometimes it takes a lot more than just journaling prompts to heal certain things. Like sometimes you actually need, like, help, like a psychiatrist or a therapist. But in the meantime, if you are not able to access therapy, this is the next best thing, because that's basically what therapists do. They ask you questions that really dig into things that you've been through to kind of understand why you are the way that you are. So I'm gonna read a couple of them. Like I said, like, these may be a little triggering, but it's okay. And I just want to make that very clear, because when it comes to healing childhood trauma, is going to be extremely triggering, especially depending on what you went through. But don't let that steer you away from healing it, because sometimes you have to feel that stuff. You have to go through that pain in order to heal it and really become free. And that's the only way that you can kind of do it, by facing it. If you kind of distract yourself from a lot of the things that you went through, that really won't help you to be as free and at peace as you really can be. So yeah. But the first question on this list, and I'm going to be leaving this list in the description because there's way more questions than this. I just wanted to show you guys some examples so you can kind of get an idea of what journaling prompts they are and the type of stuff that they ask. So number 1 is, my greatest fear as a child was. Number 2 is, my childhood home felt. Number 3 is, when I was sad, my mother would. Number 4, when my mother was angry, she would. Number 5, my father made me feel. Number 6, the thing I wish my family understood is. Number 7, The first time I remember feeling shame was when. Number 8, the person I needed to love me the most was. Number 9, I felt unloved by. Number 10, I felt loved by. Number 11, I hated it when. Number 12, I was most angry at. And number 13, it's not my fault that. So, it's gonna get deep, guys. I just want to let you know that right now. It's gonna get deep. You might have to cry. You might have to scream. You might have to punch something. That's okay, as long as it's not somebody else. But yeah, but for real, guys, that's just a couple of the questions. But a lot of the time, like, people don't really understand that, like, that stuff really affects you. Like, that's why when I meet people now, I can kind of understand them, because I can kind of see why they do certain things that they do. When you get a little more into psychology and you start understanding behavior patterns and you start understanding why people do certain things that they do, it makes it a little bit easier. And I'm not gonna lie, like, doing this in general is just gonna help you to understand not only yourself, but people as a whole and why they are the way that they are, which is very important, you know, because it'll help you to maneuver in life. It'll help you to just see things in a different perspective. And you won't always take things personally when certain people do certain things, because you understand that it's not always you. It's just them and how they cope and how they may be dealing with things. So yeah, guys, but these prompts, it will really help you to heal. Like, I promise you, when I do these prompts, I feel better, honestly. Like, some of them are a little touchy and it'll make me feel a type of way. And as I'm writing it, you know, like, thinking about it again and just going back to those moments in time, it may be a little bit hard, but you're gonna feel so much better after. And it's gonna help you to realize a lot about yourself, because you're gonna start understanding why you do certain things and why you are the way that you are, which in turn is gonna help you to become the best version of yourself. Because once you understand your true faults and the core problem to why you are the way that you are, then you're going to be able to heal it. You're going to be able to move forward and create a whole better belief system for yourself. That basically also goes into, like, your subconscious beliefs. These are created from when you're younger, when you're a child. Those core beliefs that you have and thoughts that you have on life and on people and certain things, that really stems from when you're younger, the things that you were taught that really stuck in your subconscious brain and kind of made you into who you are, why you think the way that you think. Some of those things are not healthy. Like, don't get me wrong, like, not everything that you were taught in your childhood may be bad, because there may also be good things that you've learned, good coping mechanisms, you know, great memories just overall. So this is really for those negative things that you know that you have to fix. And the thing is too, you can't really fix a problem when you don't really understand what's causing the problem. You don't understand where it comes from and derives from, and just overall when you're not really understanding yourself. So that's why these are really good, because it helps you to understand yourself, and it'll help you to see what the core problem is to certain things that you do. You may have a problem, like, I don't know, like talking to people. You may have a problem expressing yourself or something. Like, that, believe it or not, can come from your childhood. Maybe there was times when you would try to express yourself and you kind of felt shut down. You kind of felt like nobody really listened, or people tried to make you feel like maybe you're emotional, or, you know, just things like that. Like, we don't really understand that sometimes those little things come from bigger things that happened way in the past. And it's like, when you're reading these prompts and you're doing it, then you're gonna be like, oh snap, like, I understand now why I'm like this. And it's so freeing, guys. Like, it really is. Once you get past the hard part of it and just coming to terms and the truth with, like, you know, what really went down, and like coming, you know, just opening back up some of those wounds, because that's basically what you're doing. A lot of the time we kind of just suppress things that we've experienced from our childhood because it was too much to feel, it was too much to manage. Some of us have really traumatic childhoods, and so I can understand why it gets pushed back down. But as we get older and we start, you know, really seeing life for what it is, and we start coming into who we are as a person, we have our own mind now. We can do things that we want. We can have our own beliefs. We don't have to conform to the things that were taught to us. We have the free will to think and be what we want. So now we have to just get rid of those subconscious beliefs that don't, you know, serve us anymore, and kind of get that out of the way so we can really be in that full energy of who we want to be. And this is like why I was saying that it's so important, because these little things can really keep you like held back and you may not notice it. Like, especially when I was doing the prompts, it made me see a lot of things about why I am the way that I am. And once I started seeing those things, I was able to be like, okay, well, now that I know this information, that's good, because now I can fix it. And this is actually exactly what I needed to help me to break free into that next level of who I want to become and ascend into a higher level of consciousness, a higher level of understanding, and overall just becoming the best version of yourself, like I said. So I also do want to say to those watching this video right now, congratulations, because that means that you're open to changing and that you want to become better, and that you're open to exploring these things so that you can become the best version of yourself. And I'm very proud of you for that. So round of applause for you guys. But yeah, guys, this is basically the end of the video, but I just really want to tell you guys, like, please do not be discouraged when it comes to doing this. It may be a little intimidating, it may be a little bit hard, but trust me, it's gonna be so much worth it, especially once you see yourself on the opposite end and you've kind of let go of all of that baggage. That type of stuff, it sits in your energy for real, and it affects you. And once you really go through it and you feel that stuff, it's going to make you stronger. You're going to be better. You're going to be happier. You're going to understand things more. You're just going to feel more at peace, because you feel like that aspect of yourself is not weighing you down anymore. And, you know, you're going to be able to really just become who it is that you truly want to be without anything keeping you back. We're all about healing on this channel. We're all about healthiness. We're all about becoming our greatest versions. So whatever it is that we got to do, if you really are serious about your life and about who you want to become, make sure that you put in the work for real. So I love you guys so much. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did, and I will see you guys in my next video. I'm wishing you guys peace, love, happiness, success, all that good stuff. Peace out.